Two cops, one pregnant black woman. A routine stop that should have lasted 5 minutes. Instead, it ended with a general walking into a police station demanding answers, and the country watching every second. If you believe that these stories must be told, subscribe to Golden Stories and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of justice. A sunny suburban street in East Orlando. A silver sedan rolls through an amber light. Officer Tony Wallace glances at his partner, Jeremy Oswald, then back at the driver, a black woman, alone. Wallace's hand moves to the wheel. "Let's check her out." The Orlando Police Department cruiser lights flash. Mary Edwards sees the red and blue and feels the old familiar tightness in her chest. 7 months pregnant. Alone. And she already knows how this goes. She pulls over, turns off the engine, places both hands on the steering wheel, and her phone is propped on the dash, recording. Wallace approaches. "License and registration." Mary keeps her tone even. "Is something wrong, officer?" "You rolled through that stop sign." She didn't, but she hands over her documents anyway. Wallace studies her license. Oswald circles the car, peering through the windows. "Ma'am, step out of the vehicle." Mary's heart kicks. "Why? I gave you everything you asked for." Routine check. That phrase. The same hollow justification. "Officer, I'm 7 months pregnant. Can you please just tell me?" "Ma'am, I won't ask twice." Her hands tremble as she opens the door. Across the street, a teenager raises his phone. The live stream is already live. View counterclimbing. 127, 319, 584. Wallace grabs her wrist, not gently. "Turn around." "Please, I'm pregnant." "Then move slower." The steel cuffs click shut. Too tight. Her fingers start tingling immediately. Mary bites back tears and talks to her baby. "Stay calm with me," she whispers. "Stay calm. We're going to be okay." The back of the patrol car smells like sweat and fear. Mary sits cuffed behind her back, every bump sending pain through her shoulders. The baby kicks hard, and she can't even put a hand on her belly to soothe him. In the front seat, Wallace and Oswald talk like she isn't there. "Think she'll file a complaint?" Oswald asks. Wallace snorts. "They always threaten, never follow through." He glances in the rearview mirror. "Another one thinking she's special." Mary closes her eyes, and then something shifts, a tightening across her abdomen that makes her breath catch. No, not now. This is different. Sharper. 5 minutes later, it happens again. "Officer." Her voice is quiet but urgent. "I think I'm having contractions." Wallace doesn't even turn around. "You'll be fine." "I need to go to a hospital. You need to sit there and be quiet." The precinct appears ahead. Wallace parks. "Let's go." Mary tries to get out, but with her hands behind her back, she can't manage it. She struggles, panic rising. "I can't." Oswald sighs dramatically and hauls her out by her upper arm. Her feet hit the pavement hard. Another contraction squeezes her belly, and she gasps. "Keep moving," Wallace says. They walk her through the station, past officers who look up, register her pregnancy, her cuffs, her fear, and then look away. They sit her down. Mary's wrists are screaming. The contractions are coming every 8 minutes. "I need to call my husband," she says quietly. Wallace barely glances at her. "You'll get your phone call when we're ready." The booking area lights hum. Mary sits in a steel chair, hands cuffed in front of her now. Across the room, Officer Wallace fills out paperwork, believing he's already won. Desk Sergeant Frank Reyes sits at his computer, processing Mary's information. He's older, the kind of cop who knows when something doesn't sit right. He pulls up Mary's file, clean record, not even a parking ticket. He scrolls down to emergency contacts, and freezes. Emergency contact, Lieutenant General John Edwards, U.S. Army, Fort Bragg. Relationship, husband. Reyes stares at the screen. Then he looks up at Mary, sitting with quiet dignity. "Oh, Wallace," Reyes thinks. "What did you do?" He stands, walks over to Wallace. Tony. You need to see something. I'm finishing my paperwork, Frank. Now, Tony. Something in Reyes's tone makes Wallace follow. Reyes points at the screen. Wallace reads it once, twice. His jaw tightens. So, she's married to military. So what? Not just military. Reyes taps the screen. Lieutenant General, Tony. 3 stars. I don't care if she's married to the Secretary of Defense. Wallace's voice rises. She was non-compliant. She resisted. Did she? Reyes's voice is quiet. Or did you escalate because you didn't like her attitude? You questioning me, Frank? I'm telling you to double-check your report. Reyes lowers his voice. Because if that man's wife was mistreated, you'll be dealing with someone who has the Joint Chiefs on speed dial. For a moment, fear crosses Wallace's face, but his jaw sets. I did my job. By the book. She'll spend the night in holding. Nobody gets special treatment in my house. Reyes stares at him. This isn't your house, Tony. You're standing in a hole you can't see the bottom of. Wallace turns away. I'm not worried. Reyes pulls out his phone, steps into the hallway and makes a call. Yes, sir, this is Sergeant Reyes at Orlando PD. I need to inform you that we have Mrs. Edwards in custody. Yes, sir. The General's wife. He hangs up, walks back inside, looks at Wallace one more time. He's en route. Wallace barely looks up. Good, let him come. Reyes shakes his head. You have no idea what's about to walk through that door. At Fort Bragg, General John Edwards' phone vibrates. He glances down. Detained. Orlando PD. Pregnant. No charges. His hand slowly curls into a fist. He stands. Every officer in the room sees the general barely holding himself together. Meeting adjourned. Now. 30 miles away, Officer Tony Wallace leans against the booking desk, coffee in hand, telling a story to a rookie. She kept saying she was pregnant, like that changes the law. He chuckles. Tried the whole, do you know who I am, routine. Nobody's special on my street. Oswald smirks. Bet her husband's a real piece of work, too. Probably some. The front doors slam against the walls. The entire precinct goes silent. Lieutenant General John Edwards stands in the doorway in full-dress uniform, stars gleaming, eyes burning with rage. He doesn't rush, he doesn't shout, but every step forward sounds like a countdown to detonation. Wallace's coffee cup slips from his hand. It shatters on the floor. John stops 3 feet from the desk. His voice is so low it's more terrifying than screaming. Where is my wife? The word wife hits Wallace like a physical force. His face drains of color. Chief Hargrove stumbles out of his office. General Edwards, sir, there's been a misunderstanding. John's eyes cut to him for 1 second, and Hargrove stops talking. Then John looks back at Wallace. You! He takes 1 step closer. Wallace flinches. You put handcuffs on a woman 7 months pregnant. You forced her arms behind her back while she begged you to stop. Sir, she was non-compliant. She was pregnant. John's voice cracks like a whip. She was scared, and you... He leans in, inches from Wallace's face. You liked it. You liked having that power over someone who couldn't fight back. I was just doing my... Your job? John's laugh is sharp as broken glass. Your job is to protect and serve. You did neither. Bring her out, now. 2 minutes later, Mary is led from the holding area, still cuffed, exhausted. The moment John sees her, the red marks on her wrists, the exhaustion in her eyes, something inside him snaps. The general vanishes. Mary. His voice breaks on her name. His hand goes to her belly, then to her face. Are you hurt? Is the baby? We're okay, John. We're okay. But when he looks at her wrists, still bound in steel, his expression goes cold again. He holds out his hand to the officer with the keys. The officer hesitates. John's eyes lock on his. The keys are handed over. John unlocks the cuffs himself, his hands achingly gentle. He rubs circulation back into her wrists. I'm sorry. he whispers, so only she can hear. "I'm so sorry. I wasn't there." "You're here now." He holds her for 3 heartbeats. Then he turns. The general is back. He looks at Wallace. "You will answer for every second of what you did to her." "Chief Hargrove." John's eyes never leave Wallace. "I want every second of body camera footage, dash camera footage, and station surveillance from the moment your officers initiated this stop. Conference room. 10 minutes. "General, I'm not sure we have the authority." John finally looks at him and Hargrove takes a step back. "You detained a pregnant woman without probable cause. You held her in handcuffs for 90 minutes. You denied her the right to contact her family." He pauses. "A federal civil rights investigation is coming whether you cooperate or not. The only question is whether you're part of the solution or part of the problem." Hargrove swallows. Conference room. 10 minutes. John nods, then wraps his arm around Mary. At the door, he stops. Looks back at Wallace one final time. "By the way, Officer Wallace, that teenager across the street? The one with his phone out?" Wallace's face goes ashen. 42,000 people watched you brutalize my wife. By tomorrow morning, the number will be in the millions." John tilts his head. "So, when you and your union reps start crafting your defense, just remember, the whole world already knows what kind of man you are." The door clicks shut. Inside, the silence is deafening. Wallace stands frozen. Oswald slides down the wall, head in his hands. And somewhere in the building, a phone starts ringing. Then another. Then 10 more. The media storm has begun. 3 weeks later, the Internal Affairs hearing concludes. The board finds Officers Wallace and Oswald violated department policy on multiple counts: excessive use of force and conduct unbecoming. Officer Tony Wallace, you are hereby terminated from the Orlando Police Department, effective immediately. Officer Jeremy Oswald, you are terminated effective immediately. The story makes the evening news. Clips of Wallace leaving the precinct, badge and gun surrendered, play on every channel. What did you feel the moment General Edwards walked through that precinct door and Officer Wallace's face dropped? Let us know your reaction in the comments below. If you believe justice was served, share this video with someone who needs to see it, and make sure you subscribe to Golden Stories so you never miss a story where the truth comes to light.